Hi, my name is Victor Poupart. I'm 16 years old. I've lived in North Brunswick for most of my life. I have a 10-year-old sister who just started at Linwood, and I live with her, my mom, and my dad. I was born right in Robert Wood Johnson, New Brunswick. I stayed in Brunswick for most of my life. I was in South Brunswick until my 2nd grade, and then I moved here to North Brunswick, where I've lived ever since. My sister goes to school in Linwood. My dad is a police officer, and my mom does billing. I'm a junior here at North Brunswick. I'm involved in the STEM Academy. I'm also class president for 2026, and I'm a percussion captain for our marching band and for percussion.
Can you tell me about the incident that happened and when did it happen?
So on December 22nd of 2023, it was probably like 12:15 right after dismissal. It was the day before winter break. I walked outside the exit that's right by the band room outside of the high school, and I got in my mom's car. She was picking me up to go home. Once I got in, I turned to her, I told her, "Hey Mom, I feel dizzy." And she said I just passed out. So she ran screaming for help, and ambulance showed up right after the security staff and a couple other teachers did CPR on me and applied an AED to revive me. What happened was I passed out because I was in cardiac arrest, which came from ventricular fibrillation, which is when the bottom chamber of your heart just stops beating and pumping blood to the rest of your body. At first I was really confused because I had a lot of short-term memory loss once I woke up in the hospital, so I just didn't know where I was. But eventually I came to, and it was really scary at first, but I had a lot of doctors helping me, coming in and encouraging me and giving me a lot of support, and they assured me I was going to be fine, so I started to feel a lot better after that. An ambulance picked me up from the high school. It brought me to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, where I stayed for 8 days from the 23rd to I think the 1st of January. We went to Robert Wood Johnson first, right down here, but they didn't have the specialists that they needed to look and see what was wrong. So it was it's really funny, my mom told me, it was either we were going to go to Mount Sinai in New York, and they would just have a vest that they put on me and then send me home until they could test me, or it was Philadelphia, where they had specialists available to come and test me, and they didn't want to just send me home and be like, yeah, it is what it is. So I took the ride down to Philadelphia to get the best treatment available. While I was there, I had an ICD put in, which is basically a mini AED, which will shock me if anything ever happens again, if I ever go into cardiac arrest. After that, I got sent home, and I was in and out of the hospital for a couple months until March of this year, when I had a cardiac ablation, when doctors send wires up through your legs and into your heart, and it burns off any problematic areas which are causing any problems. Being on the news was really cool. It was really out of the blue. My teacher got a call. I was in 9th period, and she told me that Mr. Neller wanted to see me downstairs. I was really worried, thought I was in trouble, but he brought me into his office. He said that the news wanted to interview me in 2 hours, and he asked if I was alright with it. I just said yeah, and he said they'd be on their way. So I called my mom, I let her know. She came down, and they pulled me out of class for a little while. They interviewed me and my mom. It was really fun, really cool.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, or someone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, so I have a list of people. The security staff, so Mr. Robert Giambrone, Jamie Howell, LaVar Renault, Carla Treadwell, Vivian Lopez, Marcia Steinman, Jason Haytez, Linda Mrzinski, George Stillwell, and Angela Zecca, along with Miss Barbara Williams and Mr. Brett Gray. They were all there and traded off doing CPR on me, using the AED, and just saved my life. And then my doctors, so Dr. Srinivasan and Dr. Jensen at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Without them, I don't think I'd be here, so I'm really grateful.